Introduction to Listening Skills and Phonetics, Module 2nd. This is the session 4th. In this session 4th, we are going to throw light on the subchapter that's aspiration. What does it mean by aspiration? Aspiration means a forceful release of air or a strong burst of breath. There is an accompanying audible portion making a sound of h with consonants p, t, k. In English, three plosive sounds. These are the three plosive sounds: p, t, k, and are aspirated. This means that these sounds are released with a strong puff of air. When we pronounce, we release a strong puff of air while pronouncing these three plosives: p, t, k. Just practice it. Place a finger in front of the lips and start pronouncing these three plosives, subplosive sounds: p, t, k, p, t, k. A strong puff of air is released. These sounds, however, are aspirated only when they occur at the beginning of an accented syllable. These sounds, however, are aspirated. When they are aspirated only when they occur at the beginning of an accented syllable. So, when such sounds occur in the initial position of a stressed syllable, these plosive sounds are aspirated. Take for an example, the words such as cool, pull, and try are pronounced as cool, pull, and try, respectively. Cool, pull, and try. A strong puff of air will be released when we pronounce these three words. Since we, the Indian speakers of English, are not accustomed to using aspirated sounds, as far as we are concerned, we, the Indian English speakers, are concerned, we are not accustomed, we are not in the practice of using these aspirated sounds, because we do follow general Indian English. Therefore, while speaking, it leads to a lot of confusion, and this makes Indian English sounds unintelligible to native speakers. In our bid to aspire these sounds, let's not ignore the fact that these sounds p, t, k are aspirated only when they occur at the beginning of a stressed syllable. For example, look, in our bid to aspire, in our hurry to pronounce these sounds, we should not ignore the fact that these three sounds should be aspirated only when they occur at the beginning of a stressed syllable. Police, rope, and apple, the consonant sound p is not aspirated. Here in these three words, police, rope, and apple, the consonant sound p is not aspirated. Similarly, in words such as test, the first is aspirated: test, test. we can release the strong puff of air from the mouth. Test. While the second T is not pronounced with aspiration, it is unaspirated. The first T is aspirated, whereas the second T is not aspirated, it is unaspirated. The sound K is also not aspirated in words such as look, make, and rock. Look, make, and rock is also not aspirated. These three sounds, P, T, K, are preceded by an S sound in words such as spin, school, and stare. They are not aspirated. Look at these three plosive sounds, P, T, and K, are preceded by an S sound in words such as spin, school, and stare. They are not aspirated. The aspirated and unaspirated P, T, K sounds in the following words. We can see how they are aspirated in these words. Here we have two sets of words. The first one are the sounds, and the second one whether they are aspirated or unaspirated, aspirated or without aspiration. Kingdom, aspirated K. Table, aspirated T. Hair, aspirated H. K, aspirated K, unaspirated P. Spare, unaspirated P. Attend, 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 aspirated T. Scold, unaspirated K. Two, we can release while pronouncing this word two, we release a strong puff of air, therefore it is aspirated. Here T is aspirated, whereas in the word style T is unaspirated. Kept, kept, K is aspirated and P is unaspirated, and as well as T, unaspirated. Tackle, tackle, T is aspirated, T is aspirated, and K is unaspirated. This is about aspiration of these words, these three plosive sounds, P, T, K. Next, the next subchapter is pronunciation of the THE. Usually when the is followed by a vowel sound, pronounced it as the. When the article the is followed by a vowel sound, pronounced it as the, it is pronounced as the. The word should consist of vowel sound, then it is followed by the. When it is followed by a consonant sound, speak it as the, and it is the. For special emphasis, the is at times pronounced as the for uniqueness, for special emphasis. In order to highlight the special quality of a person, then we use the. Sorry. Let us see the examples. The first one, here it goes. When are you going to get the information? Look at here. The word information begins with vowel. Therefore, it produces vowel sound. Therefore, followed by the, not the. In response to this question, the answer is in the afternoon. It's not in the afternoon, it's in the afternoon, because afternoon is a word which begins with a vowel sound. Therefore, here THE should be pronounced as the. In the next example, the scholar is writing a research paper on the subaltern theory. Look at these pronunciations. It's not the scholar, whereas scholar is a word which begins with a consonant. Therefore, we are not permitted to pronounce as the scholar. Here, the scholar is writing a research paper on the subaltern theory. These two words, subaltern and scholar, words which begin with consonant sound. Next, in the third example, we can see how the other is pronounced. Oh, come on. The idea of jumping the wall is just too stupid. Oh, come on. The idea of jumping the wall is just too stupid. Look at these two usage of sounds of the and the. Here the first word idea is a word which begins with a vowel sound, and the latter wall which begins with a consonant sound. Therefore, first we pronounce it as the, and whereas in the second case we pronounce the. Therefore, oh, come on. The idea of jumping the wall is just too stupid. Another example similar to the previous examples about the pronunciation of the and the. Those mischievous kids first turned off lights and made the teacher trip over the rope. Here, first, second and third, 3 times we pronounced as the, because in accordance with the principles that if a word which begins with a vowel sound, therein we pronounce the. But here lights, teacher and rope, these are the 3 words which begin with a vowel sound, not with the which do not begin with vowel sound. They begin with consonant sounds. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. And in a special occasion like highlighting the uniqueness of someone or something, sometimes we have to highlight the uniqueness of someone or something. There, in that circumstance, at that juncture, in that context, we should pronounce the. The article the is usually pronounced as the. With the long vowel. Example, after all, they were playing against the Virat Kohli. Look, Virat Kohli is famous because of his wonderful batting, and he's a unique personality with a tremendous ability of striking skill. Therefore, the uniqueness of Virat Kohli is followed by the pronunciation D. After all, they were playing against the Virat Kohli. And one more similar example. For example, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the mammography of our class. Look, we identify the special quality of the person, the student who is having similar qualities of the famous singer mammography. Therefore, we pronounce the mammography of our class. In this way, we study aspirations, then pronunciation of the Thank you so much.